This morning, we're continuing our series. We call it The State of Spirituality with Lisa Ling, that explores different paths to faith, God, and religion. Today, we're going to take a look at a grassroots movement pushing to end a tradition that's dating back nearly 2,000 years in the Roman Catholic Church. 2,000 years.
Wow.
CBS News contributor Lisa Ling traveled to Albany, New York, to meet the women who are leading communities that are defying the church's leadership.
For hundreds of years, this has been the exclusive body at the helm of the Catholic Church: men. But inside this warehouse-looking building in upstate New York,
I am standing on the shoulders.
Rebels are convening.
Before me.
And they want change.
Change begins by somebody doing it.
You are holy.
This is the Upper Room, described as an inclusive Catholic community led by congregants and a woman priest, Reverend Mary Teresa Streck.
Continue to share the good news. People are looking for what we're offering, and they want to see ordained women celebrating Mass.
Mary Magdalene's.
At today's church service, the sermon is delivered by Bishop Bridget Mary Meehan.
Inspires us to create a renewed model of church.
Both women are part of the Association of Roman Catholic Women Priests, a worldwide movement to ordain Catholic women. Around 64% of U.S. Catholics support the idea of women priests.
Why the pushback from the institution, from the Vatican?
I think they're afraid of change.
The Roman Catholic Church does not allow women to be ordained, arguing in part that clergy should be unmarried men in the image of Jesus and his 12 disciples.
Your Spirit moves through the love within us.
These women disagree and have formed a resistance.
There are other Christian denominations that allow women clergy. Why remain part of a faith where you are considered illegitimate?
Because it's in my bones. I am a Roman Catholic.
Like many organized religions in the 21st century, Catholic Church membership is declining, many citing the way the Church has dealt with sexual abuse claims involving priests and how it's historically handled divorce, the queer community, and women.
So did you leave the Catholic Church for a while?
I think the Catholic Church left me.
That is a sentiment echoed by most members of the Upper Room. For many here, 2010 marked a turning point with their Catholic faith, after the Vatican listed ordaining women as a grave offense, alongside pedophilia.
Would you say that these women priests brought you back to Catholicism?
Oh, most certainly they did. We are the Catholic Church here too, so we're not apart from them.
The Catholic Women Priest movement began back in 2002, when 7 women were ordained on the Danube River in Germany. The Vatican excommunicated all known to be involved, and all those who have come after.
Our response was, we do not accept this excommunication. We're leading the church we love into a renewed model of priestly ministry to respond to the needs of Catholics all over the world.
Both Bridget Mary and Mary Teresa are former nuns, raised devout and proud Catholics.
By the time I was in 3rd grade, I wanted to be a nun. I knew in 3rd grade.
At just 17 years old, Mary Teresa says she was called to become a nun, until 18 years later, another call came.
I met a young priest.
Love.
I knew that I loved him dearly, and he loved me dearly. So we both resigned.
And your faith never wavered.
Oh no, I think it was stronger than ever. We were actually married right within the public housing project, where we ministered for many years.
But after Jay died of cancer, Mary Teresa began to explore a new call, the Catholic priesthood.
Did you know you'd be excommunicated by becoming ordained?
When I first spoke with Bridget Mary, the very first call, the first thing that she said to me is, if you do this, you will be excommunicated. And I said, okay, well, that doesn't mean anything, really, because I will continue doing everything that I'm doing.
In 2013, hundreds were in attendance as Bridget Mary ordained Mary Teresa in Albany, a first in the area.
Since 2013, we have 10 women who have been ordained. I think people are saying, I'm not going to wait for the church to decide it's okay.
Around 300 women worldwide have now been ordained within the larger movement. Mary Teresa and Bridget Mary, who both have doctorate degrees in ministry, created a process and seminary curriculum for ordination in the U.S.
Do you think that you will live to see women priests accepted in the Roman Catholic Church?
Probably not. But that's not a good reason not to do it.
Earlier this year, in a rare interview, the Pope addressed the issue of women clergy with CBS News' Nora O'Donnell.
For a little girl growing up Catholic today, will she ever have the opportunity to be a deacon and participate as a clergy member in the church?
No.
Take and eat. This is my very self.
But these women say that won't stop them. They hope they're laying the groundwork for future generations of women priests.
If you had an opportunity to have an audience with the Pope and those in the Vatican, what would you say to them?
Do not be afraid of us. We have a lot to offer.
We spent our whole lives just creating a church where there's more justice, more equality, and that everyone is so welcome at the table of God's love.
Sounds very Jesus-like.
We reached out to the Albany Diocese for comment, and it responded that it is not associated with this group. The Vatican also did not respond. Next month, Mary Teresa and Bridget Mary are headed to Rome during the Vatican's gathering of bishops. And in defiance of the church, the women will ordain 6 more people then, including a transgender priest. They've also reached out to the Vatican in hopes of meeting with Pope Francis, but have not received a reply. Tony?
Lisa, part of what inspired your series is the fact that younger people are not joining organized religions of any kind. And so you might think, well, the Catholic Church should modernize, welcome women into the fold, make them priests. But is it just that they're afraid they'll lose the older contingent who's been going to church this whole time?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the people have been leaving the Catholic Church in droves, and these women say that it's time that the Catholic Church wakes up because they believe that God is an inclusive God, and that is the ministry that they are preaching.
It was so interesting to see your visuals, Lisa, when you said rebels are convening on the top floor, and then you see this group of women who are clearly determined, and then to hear that this is 2,000 years that they're fighting against, a rule that just because somebody said so, that's what strikes me about it. Somebody just made the rule and said, no women allowed.
Yeah, and somebody's not God. It wasn't like from on high. It's
somebody is our men.
Yeah.
We're basically talking about men.
Yeah.
So do you see this changing?
Well, I asked the women that question. Do you think that you will ever see women become clergy in the Roman Catholic Church? And they don't believe that in their lifetime they will.
Yeah, and in an industry, journalism, where you don't often get clear answers, Nora O'Donnell asked the Pope, will we have female priests? No, he said. One word. Lisa, thank you very much.
That's right.
Another eye-opening report. Appreciate it.